Hey guys, Kat here. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I did not post last Friday. I was on vacation and had horrible internet, but I am back. Happy Friday to all of you. So today I just want to go over something that kind of has had a big impact in my life. I just wanted to go over the side effects and the risks of oral birth control. So I started taking birth control when I was about 15, maybe 16, and I started on the pill just kind of like most people do. And then I was taking it, I want to say, let's see, if I was 16, I was taking it at least until I was about 21, maybe a little longer than that, maybe 22. But I just kind of didn't feel that great on it. A lot of people have horrible side effects on oral birth control. Whether it's just something somewhat smaller like weight gain or even something as big as like blood clots or other kind of scarier side effects. I just didn't feel that good on it. It was harder for me to lose weight and it gave me a lot of like digestional issues. So I kind of started investigating other forms of birth control, and I had kind of looked into IUDs, and I know that there's one out called Mirena that is a hormonal IUD, but the good thing about Mirena is it is much lower hormone like levels than what the birth control pill is, because it's like localized to that area. But it didn't really make sense to me because you're still having hormones put into your body that are, even though they're hormones that you naturally have in your body as a female, meaning estrogen and progesterone, they're artificially made and artificially being introduced into your body system, obviously. So it didn't really make sense to me that I would switch from one hormonal form of birth control to another. So I wanted to look into a non-hormonal form, and really kind of the only one that there is Paragard, which is also an IUD, but it's copper instead of, it's like a plastic T wrapped in copper instead of using hormones. And it basically works because it changes the pH in your uterus and also makes your uterine lining kind of like aggravated and inflamed slightly, so that if an egg is released, it can't really be fertilized or attached to the uterine wall. So after doing a ton of investigation into kind of all different forms and what the pros and cons were all of them, I decided to go with Paragard. And I'm sure if you've looked into it at all, there are tons of people that say how like extremely painful it is, and like you hear horror stories about it. I won't lie and say that it wasn't painful when I got mine, but it definitely was not anything like unbearable or crazy. It hurt for probably about maybe 10 seconds, kind of felt like a pinch, and then I had some like cramps for probably 2 weeks, and that was really all that the biggest issues that I had with it. I will say that because I was on hormonal birth control for so long, I had side effects for a couple of months after. So for about 6 months, I definitely got pretty bad hormonal acne, all like on my chin, even to the point where I had like cystic acne, and I had never, even before I was on birth control, I never really had bad acne. So it was kind of like a lot of people go on birth control to help with their acne, and it can end up causing acne for you after you go off of it. So that was not very pleasant, and there were other couple side effects that weren't pleasant, but as far as like in the long haul, all of those went away for me in about 6 months, and I just thought that the pros way outweighed the cons. So that is what I went through. I still have that. They're good for, Paragard is good for about 10 years. Mirena, I think, is only 5, if I am remembering correctly. So I just was really happy with the choice that I made. I think I just have a big problem with taking medication every day for a long period of time, whether it's something for blood pressure, something for acne, something for birth control. And I think the biggest problem is, as women, it's kind of on you to take care of your own birth control. It's not as big of an issue for guys, unfortunately. And I just didn't want to have to constantly be introducing hormones into my body that shouldn't necessarily be there in those levels. So that is what caused me to look into another option. And Paragard was a great option for me. I just think you need to be aware of what you're choosing to go with as something you're going to put into your body every single day. So I would love for any of you to leave questions or comments below. I can definitely do a follow-up video. I would like to keep this one kind of short and sweet, just so you're not sitting on here watching me talk about it. But if you have any questions about it, definitely let me know or shoot me an email. I would love to answer more questions. But basically, to sum it up, I just think knowing what you are putting into your body every day is super important and what you're doing. So whether it's exercise, what you're eating, or the medications you're taking, if you're putting it into your body every day, you're exposing yourself to it, you need to know all the risks and all the benefits up front. And I feel like a lot of times we don't know those risks and side effects with birth control, and it's something a lot of people aren't willing to talk about. So I want to open the conversation on that and give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions you might have. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like below. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and not miss anything on my channel. And otherwise, I will be talking to you next Friday. Have a great weekend.